Украина в 2014
In
году
2014, Ukraine,
Виктора Януковича,
after liberating itself from Viktor Yanukovych, who was a Putin vassal,
глубокую моральную рану. Он счел,
deeply offended
то, что
in the moral
произошло в Украине,
sense Mr. Putin. And Putin felt that everything that has happened since then in Ukraine is due to meddling by the Americans in order to deprive him, Putin, of power. And during all these years, Putin sought to prevent Ukraine from becoming a full-fledged country. And at the present time, the reactions are emotional reactions. It's an emotional decision which is due to the fact that he feels that the situation, from his standpoint, is not positive. In medical terms, of course, not. He's not completely mad. Although there are some signs of senility, senile paranoia, and this is what we see when we see him sitting behind this extremely long table where he meets his guests, and he's afraid of being assassinated. However, even though in the clinical sense that's not incorrect, it has to be said that the operation was planned with many, many errors, and this is the problem faced by all authoritarian leaders, because 20 years on, these leaders are no longer able to perceive what is proper information. They're told that they are great and glorious, that they are making good decisions, and Putin was convinced that by coming to Ukraine that he would be welcomed as a liberator, liberating the Ukrainian people from the Ukrainian junta. Definitely he is making a historical error, because he had a stable situation both within Russia, and he could have been sitting on top of the pyramid of power until his death, because people were not prepared to lose through a revolutionary situation, and the people could not change the political situation through elections. Putin has deprived them of that possibility. At present, it's suicide. He cannot win in Ukraine, even if he's able to capture Kiev or Kharkov, and this has precipitated his doom. Well, of course, Russia has some experience, and it has experience of over 100 years. Clearly, in the event that he is unable to win in Ukraine, and in my view, he cannot win there, and after that, the regime itself will break up. It will not break up quickly. This will take anything from 1 to 2 years. And during that period, either Putin will close the borders completely and turn Russia into an inward-looking country that will shift from the 21st to the 19th century, bringing about economic, social collapse with the internal contradictions with the neighboring republics coming out, and this will completely break up the country. Now, there's another scenario whereby it would take approximately 2 years
и заканчивается
further to this military excess,
революцией. Я думаю, что Путин вот ровно на этом
and
пути.
that would culminate in a revolution, and I think he's on that path.
Я поддерживаю предложение выйти на
I
протесты, на
fully
антивоенные
support this
протесты 6 числа.
initiative, this proposal to demonstrate on the 6th of March. On Sunday, I'm calling on all Russians to come out into the streets on the 6th of March in order to demonstrate against the war in Ukraine. I think that this will be a decisive factor in order to compel Putin to withdraw part of the troops which are killing Ukrainians. But will those demonstrating be able to demonstrate every day? That I cannot say. And I would be very happy if the potential were there as predicted by Navalny. Well, 1 week ago, I would have laughed at that. However, now I can no longer laugh. I think that Putin is fully prepared to use tactical nuclear weapons. However, I suppose that he is not a fanatic who would launch an attack with nuclear weapons on a country which has a nuclear umbrella. I recall that the United States, Great Britain, and Russia are the guarantors of the Budapest Protocol, which was the denial of nuclear status for Ukraine. And I think obligations under this status will convince Putin that it's not necessary, nor is it worthwhile, to wage the war. And the war will end in jail for him, and he will feel that it's not necessary to endanger the destiny of mankind to check whether the United States and Great Britain will fulfill their obligations under the Budapest Agreement.